Hello, welcome to the May 2020 Smile, Create, Repeat demonstration video. We have some color pencils and we're going to do this cute little illustration and I'm going to focus on showing you blending and exploring different colors that you can make if you have just a few colors. Blending adds just a little excitement and a little interest to your picture because you just get some neat effects with the transparent layering of the colors. Just some toned tan Strathmore paper. If you got our subscription box, it's the same that's in there. I just have it in, just using my sketchbook instead. All right, I'm starting with one of my light colors. And this one I'm not layering. This one I'm just going to be using this color, this light, for the background cloud. And I'm going to be, there's going to be some shadow on it. So this one is a light color and then I'm using a dark. It doesn't matter to me in my picture here which colors I'm using. I'm doing it based on values to make sure there's contrast, and by value I mean light and dark. So I have these two colors, don't matter, one's light, one's dark. And I'm pressing pretty hard because I'm not going to be layering these, so I just want to get some pigment on the paper. Underside of that cloud to be a little darker, so I think I'm going to use the gray. I just want to have a little bit of different value there. And this is a different brand. This is one of the Staedtler color pencils. And one of the things we like doing, or one of the things that if you are a subscriber, we include different brands quite often of the same tool, just so you can really feel which one's the difference between each one. And you don't have, there's a lot of them are great. It's just what you need for the project you're working on or your preference. So this one is much harder than, what was I using before? A Prismacolor. So this one would be maybe a little better for details, but you can definitely feel the difference. Or if you're sketching with just doing sketches, this one might work a little better. But they're all, it blended nicely. It had some nice color. This is a Derwent Color Soft. So I'm imagining this one is very soft, and it is. This little girl is having a good time swinging on this swing. Excuse me. Something that I really noticed with colored pencils is you like to keep them sharp. So have a pencil sharpener on hand so you can keep a nice point on it. Now I'm going to go in with the deep purple. Do a little outlining, and then also adding, I'm outlining it to create some line and just to define the edges a little bit. But I'm also going to soften it just to add a little value to. You can see right there. I'm using the Col-erase, Col-erase. I just learned I think how to say that the right way. I've been saying Col-erase the whole time, but it's Col-erase, play on words, so it's pretty silly that I took that long, but that's all right. I figured it out eventually. This was to have, because it's neat because you get to erase it if you want to. Using this pencil erases. And then also it's because it's the dark blue, you can use it for details. It's a little harder, so you have, you can get some details, some points in it. But it's also a darker color, so you can take advantage of that on this paper. And the fun thing about this is the colors don't matter. You just gotta pick a few colors, get some light, get some dark, get them to go together. So we have yellow, actually we have that eggshell, which is a really light yellow. Here we go. The dark blue, the aqua color, the dark purple, and then we have an orange, and then a gray. So the colors are all over the place. But if you mix them and blend them and layer them, you get more color options, and that's a way of trying to get them to have a color harmony because they're being used and blended, and that makes it so you're not just scattered all over with a bunch of different colors. I'm going to use a light gray on here, and what you can also do is called burnishing. So if you have a light color, usually a light color, burnishing it is you pushing hard on some colors you've already done, and it's really blending it. So the light color doesn't affect the color you have down too much, but it pushes it into the paper more. It blends it if you have more than one color on at a time. And that's how you get the effect of like the really shiny, really shiny, glossy color pencils. So if you watch, if you've seen some of the like eyeballs online or something done in colored pencil, or any of the super realistic pictures, they all involve burnishing, which is this technique right here. And then you can go back on it, and if you go back over with the same color, that color usually looks more vibrant too. And since my dark purple is my darkest color, I'm going in with it also because I want it to be some contrast. So, but now it's looking really purple. So I'll probably go back with some of that blue to see if I can't bring this color back to a little bit more blue, or a little less purple, I guess. And that hard line there is the shadow from the rope. Her springtime green skirt. And I think I'm going to add a little bit coming out over here. And her little hair ribbon. Yeah, let's make that a ribbon. Where would it be coming? This way? It's just a little bit. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to get some of this color somewhere else, so it's not just on her dress. And I was originally going to give her purple pants, shorts, and a green shirt, but we have enough of the blue and purple in the picture. I want to add some of this, more of this green in there for what I want. So I'm going to go, I'm going to use the dark purple again to outline that. But I'm going to try to press a little lighter so it's still there, but not as thick and bold as the other one. I mean, some of the other lines. I do want it to be defined, but not quite so much. We're giving her a little purple belt. All right, now I am gonna go in with the blue and try to add a little shadow in there to create a little volume. All right, and I'm gonna go back in with the green to see if we can burnish that a little bit and make that green a little bit more intense, a little more saturated. And maybe I'll leave a couple spots with the original layer of it to try to make it a little lighter, to show a little bit more light. Maybe on this arm that's coming forward, if we put the dark behind it, that'll make that lighter color pop out. And if we layer over the purple, that'll bring that into the right color. And I'm going to go back over this line of the tire to sharpen it up because I want to separate that. Okay, we just have the hair to do, and we're going to make that Yep, we're going to use the orange again. It's blowing in the wind. She's having a wonderful time. She is in lockdown also, but she's making the best of it, like I hope you are. And I hope you're having a good time, safe, staying healthy, and keeping everyone else healthy too. Thank you. All right, now I'm going to go in again with my dark purple. And purple and this orange, I did some tests, and this does make a nice brown color. So you can see it's a little darker, but I'm going to go back in with the orange again, see if I can burnish it a little bit. That's going to make it much more orangey. And then I'm going to go back in with the purple again. We're going to outline it, and I'm pushing a little harder this time because I'm trying to get some of this purple in here because I want it to be more brown than orange. And I put a few strings of hair in there using this light color, and then fade to, let me move it down a little, and then it just ends. So just be a little softer at the top. And then we're just going to use a sharp, I'm using orange, but a sharp, and I'm going in and just adding, outlining it a little, and adding the rope pattern.